Temple of Zeus at Olympia. The Temple of Zeus at Olympia was an ancient Greek temple in Olympia, Greece, dedicated to the chief of the gods, Zeus. It was the very model of the fully developed classical Greek temple of the Doric order. The temple, built between 472 and 456 BC, stood in the most famous sanctuary of Greece, which had been dedicated to local and pan-Hellenic deities and had probably been established towards the end of the Mycenaean period. The altis, the enclosure with its sacred grove, open-air altars in the tumulus of Pelops, was first formed during the 10th and 9th centuries BC, Greece's Dark Age, when the cult of Zeus was joined to the already established cult here of Hera. It housed the renowned statue of Zeus, which was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Tricelophantine statue was approximately 13 meters, 43 feet, high and was made by the sculptor Phidias in his workshop on the site at Olympia. He took about 12 years to complete it. On his head was a sculpted wreath of olive sprays. In his right hand he held a figure of Nike, the goddess of victory, also made from ivory and gold, and in his left hand, a scepter made with many kinds of metal, with an eagle perched on the top. His sandals were made of gold and so was his robe. His garments were carved with animals and with lilies. The throne was decorated with gold, precious stones, ebony, and ivory. The statue was the most famous artistic work in Greece. The temple was constructed by the architect Libon, with carved metopes and triglyph friezes, topped by pediments filled with sculptures in the severe style, now attributed to the Olympia master, and his studio. The main structure of the building was of a local limestone that was unattractive and of poor quality, and so it was coated with a thin layer of stucco to give it an appearance of marble. All the sculptural decoration on the temple was made of Parian marble, and the roof tiles were of the same Pentelic marble used to build the Parthenon at Athens. The unifying theme of iconography of the temple is the Dike or justice based on custom, as represented by Zeus, its upholder. The east pediment, erroneously attributed to Pausanias by Pausanias, who gave a detailed account of his sculptures in the late 2nd century CE, depicted the myth of the chariot race between Pelops and Enamos, with Zeus standing in the center, flanked by standing pairs of heroes and heroines, and the 2 chariot groups, with recumbent figures in the corners. Hippodamia and her maid stand to Zeus' left, north, and Pelops to Zeus' right. A great part of all 15 figures has been recovered, in carefully documented excavations. Scholars still discuss the placement and interrelationships of 6 seated or kneeling figures in the composition, and their specific identifications.